Coming up in today's bulletin, climate change poses a potential threat to tuna stocks in Solomon Islands. A proposed bill focusing on micro, small, and medium enterprises is currently in its drafting stage. And more than 10,000 Solomon Islanders have gone to work in Australia under the Pacific Australia Labour Mobility Scheme. Hello, you're watching SIBC's TV News Bulletin. I'm Andrea Maahanwa. Climate change poses a potential threat to tuna stocks in Solomon Islands. For small island states like Solomon Islands, the ocean holds both cultural and economic value, a point raised at the recent United Nations Ocean Conference in France. Prime Minister Jeremiah Manila told local media the risk of climate-driven tuna migration is a major concern.
For us, its impacts on tuna stocks, for example, the possibility for the warming of the oceans to affect our tuna stocks in the region, in our part of the country, and for it to migrate to other parts of the Pacific Ocean. That remains a concern, and that is one that FFA and others will continue to help us to monitor, like SPC as well.
According to statistics, the total annual catch of tuna in the Western and Central Pacific accounts for 55% of the global tuna production. Still focusing on environment, addressing plastic pollution remains a challenging task in the country. Linton Kereone has more on this story.
Addressing plastic pollution in Solomon Islands remains a challenging task. According to research, approximately 80 tons of plastic waste is produced in Honiara per day and 10% is washed into the ocean. Minister for Environment, Climate Change, Disaster Management and Meteorology, Trevor Manemahaga, said his ministry is committed to resolve the issue.
In regards to our challenges in terms of the issue of plastic bottles, where we may continue for facing, particularly Honiara, and if you go across the Iron Bottom Sound during flood times, you continue to see a lot of plastics floating around. Yeah? This is an issue that is ongoing, and the ministry is not turning a blind eye to it. We are working on revisiting our regulations and our policies to ensure that we address this issue.
Solomon Islands currently enforces a regulation banning the manufacture, distribution, and supply of certain single-use plastics. This has been enforced since 2023. On the global level, the United Nations Plastic Treaty has not yet been adopted.
At the global level, there will be another meeting in Geneva later this year, and hopefully at that meeting, the plastic ban treaty will be adopted.
Linton Kereone, SIBC TV.
A proposed bill focusing on micro, small, and medium enterprises is currently in its drafting stage. Alex Dadamu reports.
A proposed bill focusing on the macro, small and medium enterprises is currently in its drafting stage and is expected to be tabled in Parliament towards the end of this year. The bill, once passed, will equip the Business and Cooperative Division within the Ministry of Commerce, Industry, Labour and Immigration with the mandate and power to carry out MSME-related programs across the country.
We will look for formulating one for SME Act, MSME Act, where I think the drafting and progress this time we will go around with them for doing validation. So hopefully the bill will go to Parliament probably towards end of this year. And this is a step forward for the country. If this bill has passed, then by Yumi Karemwa, the bait and the power and the mandate for Yumi roll them out now, the SME program across the country.
Mr. Rapeai, in the meantime, emphasized the need for an agency or authority mandated to drive and implement MSME programs.
With the bill, I think the framework where we will set them up, we need to set up an SME agency, an SME authority where government and believe that if you got him now, one for a designated authority all institutions for Hemitrivim now an implementation block SME program across the country, coordinating between SMEs, SME stakeholders, partners, financial institutions, research institutions, connecting everyone together and supporting the framework for UMI Delivery now, entrepreneurship and SME development law country. So this is one of the major objective and framework where me fala thinking positive up this fala SME and him part law this fala SME bill. When Acton pass law parliament, the next job is to set up this agency for delivering SME services and support program across the country.
The recent commemoration of the International MSME Day underscores MSMEs as one of the backbones of the country's economy. Alex Tadamu for SIBC TV.
More than 10,000 Solomon Islanders have gone to work in Australia under the Pacific Australia Labour Mobility PALM scheme, marking a significant milestone. Australia's Minister for Pacific Island Affairs, Pat Conroy, emphasised this during his recent visit to the country.
We've also reached a milestone on Pacific Australia Labour Mobility, Pacific workers, where we've now passed 10,000 Solomon Islanders that have worked in the PALM. Those workers send back on average slightly over $8,000 a month to support their families and getting important skills while filling labour shortages in our economy. And the latest central bank figures have found that $475 million is sent back in remittances each year.
Employment opportunities under the scheme has enabled locals to support their families, build homes and create new businesses. Kevin Nelita is one of the Solomon Islanders to benefit from the PALM scheme.
Inside lot 3 years, some fella something but me face him, like mom blow me, I'm sick. I'm now on for something me come across him. From there, even though sled me take him, the first few months I'm deduction, on for big something hole me na patient. Oh, me patient no ma, kaya So go me even though people home would say, man build him house big too much and awesome, but me no give up, me continue no ma. Mind blow me na strong, so go me manage for kasem, then me should not finish it somehow on for the biggest challenge me come across him, me stay on our side, me hair come but that blow me pass away na ba. And at the same time, visa blow for the extension year blow me should law this year for make 4 year blow me. Me make a medical nurse side or approve finish, but me have to make a mind now the agency and also ask me. But me decide for come back.
He also shared some words of encouragement for those interested in the scheme.
For oketaman wehem osem let's say married man osem, you have to patient and you must at least give him one time inside 1 week. You talk with them family for straighten everything and make them relationship lo family him strong. And di salah talk for tagang yo tayang hem baragu tumas na for tayang golo narsede I for tagare mota good thing about come back about baragarem good something na. Especially house or car or whatever you like him. You young man but you save him good slang straight.
And now, the Solomon Islands Maritime Authority, SIMA, Interim Director Agnes Gautee, announced a partnership with the Solomon Islands Tertiary Education and Skills Authority, SITESA. The partnership will see SITESA offer scholarships to seafarers to undergo career-based training in marine, shipping and the fishing industry.
I am also happy to report that SIMA and the Solomon Islands Tertiary Education Scholarship Authority, SITESA, are entering into an agreement that will soon offer scholarships for seafarers trainings. We believe that Solomon Islands, as a maritime nation, has the potential to offer skilled and well-paid jobs to our youth in Solomon Islands and overseas. there are wonderful careers to embrace for our young boys and girls looking for adventure and to contribute to the development of our beloved nation.
Gaute said SIMA is committed to develop maritime training.
We are committed to develop maritime training and provide a maritime industry with a competent workforce able to work at all levels in the shipping and fishing industries.
And now we turn our focus to the Solomon Islands Secondary School Games, which kicked off in Honiara today. We join Alex Dadamu for more of the details.
The Solomon Islands Secondary School Games kicks off today after the official opening yesterday at the National Stadium in East Honiara. The official opening of the much-anticipated games was attended by high-level dignitaries from the government and stakeholders, including the Governor-General Sir David Tibakapu and Honorable John Tuhaika Jr. as the Acting Minister for Home Affairs. Participating students were being reminded to embrace education and sports as an educational approach, cultivating sports development.
You must always remember that your education is key to your future success as well as the country's success. This school game is not a sports event alone. It is also an educational approach to assist cultivate sports development, teamwork, social cohesion, respect for rules and the referees, and identify career paths for our highly competent athletes. It is therefore important that our athletes perform to your best to be able to pave way towards high performance levels.
Honorable Tuhaika encouraged students to be caring, considerate, and respectful during the competitions.
I would like to encourage all of you to be passionate about your education and guide it well. Put more emphasis in your studies and exercise discipline to guide you safely to your future destiny. This week, your education and learning will be done right here in these sporting facilities, and you will be displaying your talents and God-given talents through the various sport games that you will compete in. When you are inside the field, your rival team or your athlete is your brother and also your sister. So enjoy the competition with the true spirit of sportsmanship, and please extend your utmost care, consideration, and respect for each other.
A total of 24 schools will compete over the next 5 days across 5 different sporting events, including athletics, 3x3 basketball, netball, rugby, and beach volleyball. Entry to all games venues is free for the general public. Alex Dadamu, SIBC Sports.
And that's news. Follow us on sibconline.com.sb and our SIBC News Facebook page for more of our latest stories. Thanks for watching.